Hello and welcome everyone to this deep dive into new teams. My name's Geraldine Greenlee. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and I work for 365 Tribe. I've been working with Microsoft products since the beginning, and it's just wonderful to see how Microsoft is making all these updates and changes and staying with the currency and making life so much easier for us in the workplace. So before I start, I just want to tell you a little bit about 365 Tribe. 365 Tribe is a Microsoft partner, and we assist companies all over the world, really, to adopt the Microsoft 365 products and integrate them into their daily use. As you can see, we are recognized by government contracts, Crown Commercial Supplier, and Microsoft also makes available to us Microsoft funding when it's applicable, and then we can put on certain events for Microsoft as well. Do check us out on 365tribe.co.uk, the website. I'll show you a little bit about that later. So really, we just deep dive in Microsoft 365. We just so dedicated and devoted to getting the best out of these products. So, we are always looking at what's new and what's trending and making sure it's well tested out, and then we deliver it to our clients. And we also create little videos. We have a champions program that the clients sign up to, and then they get guided through the process of learning about all these products. Now, today's session is about deep diving into the new teams. And our agenda is we're going to talk about the benefits, new features in teams, and what's coming next. There's always new things coming up. So what are the benefits of new teams? Well, Microsoft's really taken a big stand here, and they've rewritten teams from the ground up again. So there's a lot of benefits, and it's broken up into these three things. It's faster, and it has a simpler user interface, so it's not so cluttered. And then amazing is these real-time notifications from multiple accounts. So you can have different profiles and you'll get real-time notifications, which is really exciting. Let's look at faster first. Well, it launches twice as fast. So that is a lot of work that they've put into it. And you can join meetings twice as fast. Because joining is so much easier now, the interface is much simpler and easier to work with as well. It's a joy. And you can switch between chats and channels 1.7 times faster. So they've really been working on that. I think it's the less memory that's really helpful. They're consuming up to 50% less memory. So that is a major move forward. And disk space, 70% less disk space. So they have been really working hard at making teams really effective. Let's talk about the simpler user interface. It's less cluttered. And if you look at chat in the new teams, you can see it's very simple, very straightforward. You've got at the bottom, not so many icons at the bottom to confuse you. So it's much less cluttered. And if we look at posts, I love the way if you go to a channel and you create a post, you get this announcement straight away that do you want to make it a post or do you want to make it an announcement? And if you go for post, you still have an opportunity to change it into an announcement over there. So post or announcement, it's there. And what I love about this as well is it goes straight into the rich format text. So you've got your bold, your italics, underline, and all of that straight away available to you. And again, you can see that it's very, very uncluttered here with the icons at the bottom. If we just talk about that a little bit more, If you click on the little face in both, you saw it with either of these. You see the little face is there, or it's over there as well. So it's in both places. When you click on it, all the emojis, GIFs, and stickers are all together in one place. Very neat and tidy. So all will just give you everything. If you click on emojis, then it'll collect up all the emojis. Don't forget that you've got so many more down here to select from. So it's just showing you the recent ones, but you could go to people, hands, buildings, all kinds of things for your emojis. Then you've got GIFs. And those are animated little GIFs, and then the stickers. I love the stickers because you can edit the stickers. So you don't have to say high five or hello. You can change the wording on the stickers. So that is very interesting, that it's just sitting there under that little face in both posts and chats. Then the real-time notifications. My goodness, this is so interesting. It's cross-tenant. Isn't that amazing? Cross-tenant. Wow. So, up there where you've got your profile, I'm going to be using Joey as my demo account. And so I can add another account, which I did. I added Joey. So there's Joey over there, and then there's me over there. So I can go between Joey and myself because that's my demonstration account, and this is me. So you just add your other account over there, and you've got them both at the top there. So that you can see side by side, cross-tenant collaboration. So when notifications come in for Garradine, I can see 3 have come in. Maybe I'm busy working with Joey as Joey at the moment, and I can see that while I'm working as Joey, 3 notifications have come in as Garradine. I can just switch to it. I can just click there, and then I'm Garradine. And then I can take care of business, and then I can click back to Joey. Also, what's interesting is I could click on Joey and say focus in, and then I can click back to Garradine over there. So side by side, cross-tenant collaboration. It's really exciting. It's seamless. You can chat seamlessly across inside and outside your home organization securely and easily. That is just such a time saver for many of us. So that is real-time notifications from all your accounts. So let's talk now about new features in Teams. What are the new features? So let's talk about a list that you did not get in the classic Teams. So first up is Discover. And as you can see, it's got little stars, which is the Discover. When you go to Teams, you'll see that you've got Discover. And that tries to surface for you things that are of interest, people that you collaborate with, and so forth. So it'll keep bringing that and surfacing that for you. It's relevant content. But you can personalize it. You can train it that you don't want to see this kind of content or that kind of content. So you can interact as well. You can just immediately reply, put in comments, share posts just in your Discover. And you can exclude content as well. If it's trying to surface information to you that is not useful, then you can say, no, I don't want to use that. So when you click on the 3 dots over there, you can say, don't show posts from, and you can train it really. So just jumping over to Discover over here, let's have a look. I'm in Joey's tenant. I'm logged on as Joey, as you can see there. And here is Discover. That's what I was talking about. And then it will surface things for you. And it even says, is this useful? Yes or no? And then you can go through it. I can click on the 3 dots over there and say, don't show this post again. Don't show posts from Garradine. Don't show posts from General, and so forth. I love sometimes the share to Outlook. It's not a new feature, but we at 365 Tribe, we send out tips every week. We send out a new tip to all our clients. And then I always encourage, because inside of that are those companies, we've got champions that we train up, and they in turn share this information with everyone else in the organization. So I always say to the champions, look out for the weekly tip. And when the weekly tip gets published, why don't you just share it? If you click on share to Outlook, you can share it with other people outside of the program. So yeah, it's just, I love that. So this is Discover, and you can train it and say, you know, it's useful or it isn't useful. Next up is you can customize default reactions. Now, you know, you've got those little reactions that are sitting there waiting for you to use them. You can customize them. And how we do it is we click on that little face. And when it comes up, we're going to click on this little guy over here, this little edit over here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to say we want to edit the reactions. And then you get the opportunity to change them. You can even add an extra one. So that's very interesting. You can change any of these, and you can add another one as well. So then we'll have 5 default reactions. So if I go to chat over here, I'll just looking for something there that's not too cluttered. We'll go for this one. Hopefully this is not so cluttered. Oh, well, they're all a bit busy, aren't they? So let's just talk about the reactions over here. So if you go to any post and you've got your reactions, your live reactions over there, and it's so good to give a live reaction, lets people know that you've read it and that you know you're going to be acting on it. So here you've got this more reactions, and this is what I'm saying is the little button that you're going to press to customize your reactions. And then any of these, if these aren't useful, maybe I would like to change this one. Okay, no, actually, I do like all of them. I'm going to add, you see, I could change it there, but I think I'm going to just add another one over here, which says 100%. But any of these I can change as well. I can say, instead of love, I can say, I think that's hand celebrating. It's really useful. So you can change them and save them, and then you have them from now onwards. So whenever you want to use it, do you see it's all changed for you over there? It's all ready to go. So that's customizing default reactions. The next thing that you didn't have in the classic Teams was you can forward chat messages for easier sharing. And that's when something comes up and you think, well, gosh, I will need to forward this on to someone else. You know, you go for the trusty 3 dots, and then it will tell you that you've got the ability to forward, and you can forward it from there. So that's very handy. And let's just take a look at that. I'm going to go for chat over here. Let's say, okay, this one over here. Let's go for one here. And then I can forward it. And then I can add an additional message to it. So that can be very helpful. You want to include someone else, you can forward a one-to-one or group chat and type in your additional message over there. Mark all is read. You know, when you come back from holiday, my goodness, and there's so many notifications, so many things that you haven't read. And you go to you know, maybe a catch-up meeting with the team, and everybody updates you as to what's going on. And really, you come back and you go, I don't need to go and read all those things now because everybody has told me in person what's going on. There's just so much that I would like to just, you know, not be bothered about now. You can mark all as read. So that is very interesting. Now, mark all as read. They have it as far as activities go. You can mark all the activities as read. You can even mark chats as read. So if you go to chats and you go to your three dots, you can mark everything as read. And teams as well. So in different teams, people have made you know, they've sent things, they've updated, they've mentioned you and so forth. So you could have activities in activity, chat, and teams. And in each of those, you can mark all as read. So let's have a look at that. I've got teams over here, and I've set it up. This is all demo. This is just a demo account. Nothing here is real. So I've set it up to show that there is something in the general channel and there's something in the AAA channel as well. So I don't want to go and have a look at it because then I'm going to not be able to demonstrate this. So if I'm up over here, let's just go to chat. And unfortunately, I don't have anything that's not read, but I can mark all as read. Yeah. And then I can go to Teams. And you can see that there are things there that are unread, but let's just say I'm all up to speed with everything. I can go to the three dots and I can say mark all as read. And there they are. I know this isn't anything to do with new, but I just want to say that pinning a channel is so valuable. If you're working with different teams and inside, let's say, all company documents over here, we might say project files. Maybe that's really important. Maybe I use that a lot. And if I just pin it, then it's going to be up here for me. And then maybe in, let's say in Project Green, maybe I work with the research channel a lot and I could pin that. So I find that very useful because then I can just very quickly jump to the channel and start working in it. So I find that very useful. But that's been with us all the time. But I just wanted to just bring that to your attention. So what we were talking about was marking all as read. Now, we did speak about all the emojis and the GIFs. They're all in one place. And, you know, they are, you know, on that little face. So when you click on that little face, you get the ability to say all emoji, GIFs, or stickers. Now, there is one thing that's missing from that. And that is, have you ever used symbols? Symbols like language, you know, like an E with the two little dots on the top or anything like it. They're not here. This is just emojis, GIFs, and stickers. So if we just go over to Teams here, and I'll just show you what I mean. Let's say I'm going to do a chat. And yeah, we'll just type a little message in here. I spoke to, now I want to type in Z-O, and then I want to put an E there with the two dots on the top. Now, if I go to my emojis and so forth, they're all there. The GIFs are there, the stickers are there, but those little symbols aren't there. We could go and have a look there. So you got those are like signs and so forth, but it's not what I'm looking for. So what you can still do, if you've ever tried this, you use your Windows key and then you type a dot. Have you ever tried that? So Windows and dot is a very quick way of bringing up your emojis. And there we've still got symbols. And if you click on symbols, you will get the E with the two dots on top that I'm looking for. There we go. And she is thrilled. Now, that can be very meaningful in language because it can turn a word into a whole different meaning. So sometimes it's really important to be able to put those, what do they call it? Well, they call it symbols. Wait, let's just see. Yeah, symbols. Yeah, that's what they call it. And you can go there and have a look. So all in one place except those. So still use your Windows and dot to get your symbols. Now, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's been, so useful. Loop has been so useful. It's been helpful. We could use Loop in chat. We could use Loop on its own. Now Loop is available in channels, and I'm sure you've been using it already. It's incredibly good. And the thing about Loop in channels is now that you can send out a loop component asking for ideas. Maybe you want you've got some ideas you want people to vote on. They can vote on it, and they can just keep looking at the list. They can add more things to the list, and others can vote on it. You've got that. You've got task lists. You've got all kinds of different types of loop components. So where do you find them? Loop components is that little icon over there. When you click on that, that's when you get your list of loop components. Depending where you stand in, if you're in Outlook, you also have loop. You can also insert loop in Outlook, but the list will be less. You can be in Microsoft Word online, and you've got loop components there. You've got them in chat, and you've got them in Teams. So the list will depend on where you're standing. And it's really exciting. There, the Kanban board, progress tracker, questions and answers. It's amazing. If you haven't tried out loop components, you should really give that a go. So let's do that. We'll go to Teams, because that's a good place to go. And I'm going to go to the AAA team. Let's see if I can go to General. Yeah, I'm in the General channel. So as you could see, you've got the post and the announcement, and I'm just going to put in a post. And I'm really looking for features to test out, features or tips that the clients would like to know more about. For example, every week we send out a new tip, and I'm always so excited to see what the feedback's going to be. What are they going to think about the new tip that we've posted out this week? Yes, right. So loop. So maybe I'm now here in the general AAA team, and I'm running out of ideas now. I'd like everybody to give me some ideas. So I'm going to say new tips. Please give me some ideas or to post. And now I'm going to, because I want that interaction from everybody, I'm going to go for the loop. And now I can choose all kinds of things there. I can have a voting table, a numbered list. And I think a voting table might be helpful, because we can put the idea in. We could have pros and cons. Let's put that in, and then we can have votes. But I'm not too worried about these pros and cons. So I can change the type, I can insert it or whatever. Not too worried about that. And then I've got the ideas over here. So let's give it a title. New 365 tips for June. And then they can start putting their ideas in. So what shall we talk about? We shall talk about whiteboard in meetings. There's some new features that have come up in there. There's some new features in whiteboard. If you've never used a whiteboard in these meetings, oh, you must please have a look at that. It's just amazing. You never run out of space with a whiteboard. You can start a project, and in your meeting you can use your whiteboard. Then in your next meeting, you can call that same whiteboard up, and you can add more things to it. There's templates that you can use, like SWOT analysis and all kinds of amazing things. And just imagine, over the months, you've got this whiteboard and it just goes on and on. You can go and zoom into any area. It's incredible. And people that are new to the project can see how the ideas started to formulate from the start to where they are now. And you capture that all on a whiteboard. It's incredible. Right, focus, girl. That's a whiteboard. I want to talk about that. And then I can say what else? I could say whiteboard. We could say report, stream in Teams. And then I'm going to post that. So this is now a loop inside of a channel. So everyone that is part of this AAA team over here will be able to participate. And as they add the ideas, and what's lovely about it, you know, when you post something, people can't edit it, only you can edit it. But this is something that people can make changes to. So it's fantastic. Right, so there's loop there. Another thing about loop, just to let you know, you can copy the loop component, and you can now go and put that into Outlook. You can go and put that into Microsoft Word. You can even go and put it in your digital notebook. I'm just going to go to Notes over there, because now we have the OneNote inside of Teams, and we can just place it over there. So it's just very convenient. And we can just call this page tips. Shall we say for June? Why not? Tips for June. And then I can paste. I just said Control and V to paste that component, and then I can say insert and share. Now people don't have to go to that post to fill it in. They can just come here to the OneNote notebook once it's rendered. This is going to take a little bit of time to render, and they can just add it there. I'll give it a moment. Let's try again. Just add another page. Let's say tips. Top tips. You can see it's still busy rendering over there. And it should, there we go. There it's arrived. So a person could come here and they could put something in new. Stream in Teams. What about OneDrive? New features. And you know, I really like this whiteboard, so I'm going to vote for that. That's absolutely perfect. So if we go back to the AAA team general, do you remember this is where I put the loop in? And look, someone has gone to the notes and they've added the feature in there, and it's available to you here. Talking about loop a little bit more, where does loop keep all the files? So if I look here at files here, you will see all the files that have been added to this channel. And there it is. There's the loop over there. I can also see it if I can't remember where the loop was. I don't remember which channel it was in. I just remember somebody put in a loop component and I'm busy adding to it, but I cannot remember where it is. You can go to office.com, you know, to your office.com over there, and you can say that you are searching for, I'm just going to click on Home tab there, My Content, and you can search for files there. You can search for loop. You can find them there. But the best method is to actually go to the loop component itself. So loop is an app on its own, and then you can just go there and just go to the recent one, and you can see everything is there. See, new tips for June. And then I can open it and I can start using it. Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about loop. Tasks are great. task list. I think let's just quickly touch on that, because I could go to Project Silver. No, not AAA. I want to go to Project Silver. And I'm saying tasks for June. And I could put in a loop component, and I can make it a task list, which is very valuable, because in this task list, I can actually assign tasks to people. So this will be client tasks for June. And then I can create a task. I can say create new tips weekly. And I'm going to assign that to Joey. And I'm going to make the date today. And I can say, you know, what bucket to put it in. I'm just going to make my screen a bit smaller. And you can say it's got to be in the to-do bucket and so forth. I could have another one over there. I can say upload recordings. And I can assign that to Gary Dean. And then I can select a date, maybe tomorrow, and so forth, and I can post it. So this, we can keep adding to this. Now, Gary Dean, me, I see this loop component. I might copy this loop component and go and put it in my digital notebook, because I prefer using my digital notebook to update my things, you know. But what's interesting now, because we've assigned this task to Joey, if we go and have a look here on the left-hand side, if you've got Planner, if you don't have Planner there, you'll have to click on the three dots and then ask for Planner. Planner and To Do are now the same thing. That's how it is in new teams. And if you go to Planner, you will see what tasks do I have to do today. And remember, we've just assigned that one to Joey. Look, there it is. It's sitting in My Day. What tasks do I have to do? Here's all the tasks that I've got. And this one's also included. And then, am I part of any plans? And then there's all these tasks that are coming from all the different plans. So I think that's really interesting, don't you? That we're using a loop component to assign tasks to this little Project Silver team. Really interesting. And where does this loop component live? Remember, you can go to office.com over there at the top, and you can say, I'm looking for loop, and then recent, all your loop components will be there. So that's looping channels. We're very excited about that. It's like getting collective IQ from everyone. You know, everybody's involved. Announcement has picture. Well, for a while, when we did an announcement, you know, we could always put pictures in. But then for a while, they removed the pictures. And then we just had to make do with, you know, colors and putting in interesting wording and so forth to make the announcement really pop. But now the pictures are back, which is just really happy about that. You know, you click on that little icon over there, and then you'll get your picture. And that comes when you say, I want to make an announcement, not a post, but an announcement. And then you've got the picture over there, and then you can upload an image. Nice and easy. And we love this, don't we? We just absolutely love this. Let's go back to our teams. And we've got these images that we've already created ahead, so we can just, you know, add them at will whenever we want them. And let me just go to Teams here. We'll go to Project Silver. And I want to make an announcement this time, not a post, but an announcement. So there's my heading there. Before, we could say Windows and dot, and then I could look for something that was interesting, charity, and then I could change the colors. that kind of thing. But now we've got the pictures again. So we can take that out, pictures. We can upload an image. And we've got our banners. Let me just go for our banners. Got them already set up. I think it's called branding. Yeah. And there's our tips and tricks. And done. And then, what is the tip this week? Oh, they are so amazing. We've put so much work into this. And that's why I say once we post it, you know, why not share it? Windows and dot. To get the symbols like and we'll just go for the Windows and dot. Why not? The E, that could be a little tip. Use Win dot and post. So that's now, we're very excited that we've got our images back. Calendar. Have you tried the agenda in calendar view? That's interesting because now you can see all your meetings in a much easier way. So if you go and change, you know, from work week, you change it to agenda, then you'll see all your meetings in a list like this. It's very interesting. So let's have a look at that. I'm going to go to my calendar. And at the moment, I've got it as day. If I click on that and I go for agenda, do you see the list now populates? And I can see it this way. And then I can RSVP, I can join, I can chat with participants, I can see what files are attached. So I think it's a nice and easy way of seeing everything that is going on. And of course, you can navigate through the different days like that as well. So really simple. It's just another view that we've got. Instead of the day, work, and month, and so forth, you can go for agenda. So that's agenda. So there is more. This is not the end of the list. There's still more. The OneDrive app in Teams. And then we've got the Meet app, but let's just talk about the OneDrive in Teams. It's called, it used to be called Files, but now it's called OneDrive. It is the most brilliant thing. If you take nothing else from this session today, but this is so important. You're inside of Teams. You're looking for a file. You don't know if a person sent you the file in a chat. You can't remember which team it was in. You can't remember which channel it was in. Maybe it's something you created and it's on your OneDrive. You just go to one place. You just go to OneDrive and you go to that one place and you can see everything. You can see my files. My files is everything that's on your OneDrive. Shared is anything that you've shared from your OneDrive. And favorites and so forth. You can browse by people, but down over here, you'll see all your teams that you are part of, and all the files that have been put into any of those channels are available to you. You can search up here for something, and it will search your OneDrive. It will search the SharePoint sites. It's basically it searches the modern cloud storage, and it'll bring. It's just amazing. Have a look at this. It's just amazing. So down on the left-hand side over here, we've got OneDrive. And we've got Home. My Files. That's everything to do with what is on your OneDrive. And you know that you can change your the colors. You can change the color of your folder, which is interesting. That sort of helps to make things pop out. Shared. What files were shared with me? So if somebody sent me a file in a chat, they sharing a file with me. They're sharing that file from their OneDrive, for example, or somebody's put it in a Teams meeting, whatever. So all files that have been shared with you are all sitting there. And you can find it by name or by person. And everything that you've shared is listed as well. I just think it's amazing. It's amazing. If you've made anything a favorite, it will be listed there. You know, if I mark it over here, remove this from my favorites, these are all my favorites. Then the recycle bin. If you delete anything, it comes here into the recycle bin. So shall we go back to my files and best-selling books? Right, that one over there. Let's delete it. That goes into the recycle bin. So it'll be sitting here in the recycle bin, and then you can restore it from there. And it should be arriving shortly. And it just takes a while to sync, and then it'll be in there and you can bring it back again. So you can see it by people, meetings as well. You know, all the contents that was added to meetings, it's there, media, and right across all my teams. So I can come over here and I can just type in a search. I can say I'm looking for shortcuts. And the system will go and find shortcuts for me from people, files, groups, messages. And this is from various places. This is from Project XYZ. This one was from Joey. This was from the Morgan team. So OneDrive, it's looking for all files that are on your modern cloud storage. I know this is probably got nothing to do with new teams, but just to give you some background knowledge, in Teams, if you go to any channel, I'll just go to the general channel here of Project Silver. In any channel, you've got files. There's always a files tab. And that's where people add things. They can create new files over here. They can upload. But just want to bring your attention to something. If you go across here to the three dots and you say open in SharePoint, the system will then show you where all the files actually live. So when you upload something here into Teams, it actually is stored on a SharePoint site. Every team, when you create a team, gets a SharePoint site. And that's sitting in the background and you might not be aware of it. So if I can be in any channel, go to files, then say open in SharePoint, it will take me to the SharePoint folder structure in the back. I was in the general channel, so that's why it's showing me files in my general channel. But if I go one up to the parent, can you see here is a folder for every channel that was created. And I can go to any folder over there and see what's inside of those folders, if there's anything in there. And if you delete anything from here, it's going to go into the recycle bin here. So any files that get deleted inside Teams channels they're all sitting on SharePoint in the background, and they are sitting in the recycle bin of the SharePoint site. And that's just interesting to know. Right, let's go back. So that was all about OneDrive. The Meet app is very interested in Teams as well. If we just go back to Teams, if you haven't got the meeting app down the side over here, you can add it. So you just type in Meet. I don't think I've got it there. No, I don't. Meet. And this is incredible because it's a Microsoft product. It's not a add-on third product. It's bringing all your meetings into one dashboard. So I can see what meetings are coming up next, what's still going to be happening today, tomorrow, what's happening on Monday. I can RSVP. I can view meeting details. If I'm not sure, do I want to attend this meeting? I can have a look at the meeting details. Over here, this is all, anything that's got content on it will be shown up here. Anything that's got recordings will be there. And I can go to view recap, and I can even play the recording right from here. Just going to close that. So everything is sitting here in one place. You can chat to the participants, but I don't want to do that. I should have pinned my meet. So when you type in meet, to keep it there, you do a right click and say pin, and then it'll be there all the time. So very interesting. That's Meet. Next up is People app. There's a new People app in Teams. You need to add it to your left-hand rail. Again, you'll click on the three dots and say People. And what it does, it just shows you all the people that are in your contact list. You can add, more people. And what's interesting, you can create categories. So here a category was created called decision maker. And anyone that's a decision maker, I can add that category to that person. So when I say I'm looking for decision makers, then my list is shortened and I only see my decision makers. So that's interesting about the People app. And then you can search, and yeah, that's it. So do we have people down the side here? Yes, I do. I've already added it. Otherwise, you'd have to click on the three dots and go for people. And there's all my contacts, anyone that I've marked as a favorite. And do I have any categories? So I don't have any categories yet, but let's have a look at Rob over here. There's Rob. I can chat to him, audio call him, but when I click on the three dots, I can also add him as a favorite, but I can add a category. And I'm going to make that a decision maker. So Matt is a decision maker. Let's make Kirsten also a decision maker. So we're going to go to add category, decision maker. So now I've got two people that are decision makers. So when I click on decision maker, do you see there is the decision makers? And you can always come back here and you can, I can untick that and say, no, actually, Kirsten isn't a decision maker, and I can take that away. So that is people. Back to Teams. That's the People app. And that's adding the category as I showed you. Real-time notifications from all accounts. We saw that you can add another account, and then you'll see the other account up there at the top. And then you can see if there are any notifications that have come in. Then you'll see there's three. You can just switch to it, and then you can take care of business, and then you can come back again. For example, I said you can switch to Joey and change his focus. Say, well, he's busy focusing at the time or whatever, working remotely, and you can make those changes. Another good one, they've really made this much easier now. When you're joining your meetings, you can do quick setting changes to your audio and camera. So, if you click on your camera over there, you will be able to, set the backgrounds, adjust your brightness, set your soft focus to make yourself look more charming. You've got the avatars as well. So that is the cameras. And then in mic, you just click on mic and you can increase the volume. And you've also got noise suppression. Very helpful. You can just switch that on. If somebody's just come into your area and making a lot of noise, you can go for noise suppression. And next, when you join a meeting, you have got the ability, if you're in a meeting, you can click on the apps up there at the top, little plus over there, and you can search for YouTube. So if you attach that, then you've got this app that you can then do a search. And if you search for 365 Tribe, you'll be amazed at what you'll see there. 365tribe.co.uk. We've got amazing videos, content, really, really good stuff. So you can search for something right there, and then you can watch together in the team, in the meeting, in a Teams meeting. And then it's just over there, and you can click on it, and then you can share it in the meeting. So it's just when you don't want to share it anymore, you can just stop sharing. So we are at the end of our list now of the new things, but I do want to share with you a few other things. And that is things that are newish. So they were there in Classic, but they're so good. I just want to bring your attention to it. Maybe you haven't used them. The work location and availability. When you click on your little profile picture at the top, you've got the ability to set your work location. And you can say you're working in the office or you're working remotely. So that is helpful. You can open a conversation in a new window. You might know that already, but if you didn't, just know that if you've got any conversation and it's open, you click on the three dots and then you can say open conversation in a new window. And then it's there and you can go and do other things while that window is still there available to you. Very, very helpful. It was open conversation in new Teams. And what was the other ones that I wanted to show you? It's also newish. Tasks to do in Planner. So I did tell you about the, maybe I didn't tell you about, but the app is called Planner. So it's not called To Do anymore. It's called Planner. So you've got to add that if it's not in your list. And then when you've got it in the list, you've got the ability to see all tasks that have been assigned to you, whether it's been in a loop component, in a meeting, everywhere. They'll all be sitting there. So you can go and have a look at that. And if I just go back one over here, this is my tasks. These are my plans. And you can even open a plan right there into Planner. And if you do that, you'll be able to see all the tasks for that plan right there. That's really helpful, I think, to see all your tasks in to do. You've got a stream app in Teams. Again, just make sure that you add it to the left-hand rail over here. And when you do that, you can go straight into stream over here. And you can just see all the video, the recordings. You can search for things. You can play them straight away. Really helpful. Let's just go there. Do I have stream down here? I've got the Meet. I don't have stream. See, there's the planner one that I spoke about. And that was so useful. And you can go to any plan here and just open it. If I just open, let's see this project plan here. Oh, it wasn't very helpful. Let's just do another one. Software development. That one's got a few things in there. So very helpful. You can then group by, assign to see who's got, you can see no one has been assigned to anything. Progress. You can say, well, what's going on with this? Go, well, actually, it is in progress. You can just move it across. User feedback that's completed. You can, so it's so easy when you see it in a planner view. You can just, drop and drag them. And then priority, what's important. So it's lovely to be able to see your plans inside of Planner. Right. I was talking to you about Stream. So click on the three dots over here, and we'll ask for Stream. And you see there it is. Then you can go and search for anything. You got a playlist is wonderful, and you can also in Stream you can record your own videos as well, and you can record a screen and yourself speaking, or just your camera. You can create your own videos there as well. So that is Stream app in Teams. So what's coming next? You can look forward to this feature. Meeting details display on a pre-join screen. So if you're not sure if you want to join this meeting or not, you'll be able to see the meeting details on a screen before you actually commit yourself. So that will be useful. A lot of people commit themselves, they go in, realize I shouldn't be part of this, and then they leave, and it's very embarrassing, isn't it? So they've taken that on board, so that's coming. And the ability for meeting participants to edit their display name. So whatever you want to be called. I like to be called GG for short. So although I'm Gary Dean Greenlee, it's such a mouthful, especially when I'm teaching people in Australia, or America, they all, both of those groups, they love the shortened version. So they love that. So I could then change my display name. So that's very interesting. So that is everything that I wanted to show you. And I hope you've enjoyed the session that I've delivered to you today. I hope you've learned some new things. I want to just pop over to the website, 365 website. So this is us over here. Do go and have a look at all of our solutions and offerings. What we do is we put out a whole training program. You can see it's like a whole Teams program over here with different channels where we deliver different content, and people watch little videos and they become champions, and then they share that knowledge with others. You can see we do Copilot and citizen developer tracks. This is really exciting. We're helping our clients we do all the training and so forth, but we're really doing amazing things with them, with Power Automate, Power BI, and Power Apps. The things that our clients are building, their imagination is not limiting them, and then they've got this amazing, support from us to help them over any struggles that they have. So we are really about, adopting 365 software. We do this waffle bar. So when we want to get our champions involved, got to show you this. We give out waffles. You know why it's waffles? If I just go to office. When you go here, that's a waffle. You see that over there. If you go to office.com, that's a waffle. So that's why we have this waffle. And then we have a waffle bar. Seriously, and we we hand out waffles and we chat with everybody. It's such good fun. Look, there we go. Look, they're even making the waffles there. So yes, I just thought I'd like to just tell you a little bit more about us. And then, so we've got the videos that we put together, and they're really short, to the point little videos. So if you've done some training and then you've forgotten something, you can just go and look at that one little topic, how to set up notifications, for example, or something. So they're really short little know-how videos. They are terrific, absolutely wonderful, and they save our clients so much time. And then lastly, the testimonials. I was just reading them through a little bit today, and I'm just, it's just amazing. We even got, you can hear the clients actually talking as well, but we even got one from Microsoft where I'm very proud of it. I just have to get there. It's somewhere. Oh, well, it's somewhere there. There it is over there. So yes, that's all from me. I do hope that you've enjoyed your session today, and we'll be putting more of these on. So in the future, so do check our website. We'll be advertising when we begin to do some more of them. Thank you very much. And that's all from us. Thank you. Oh, thank you, everyone. That's awesome. Lovely. Great stuff. I'm going to stop the recording now. Thanks, everyone. Bye.